Okay, Rabotai, we are learning Orchot Sadikim. These are very important, important concept for your whole life. If you go through the whole Orchot Sadikim and you follow through what he says, you will be on your way to perfect your midot tovot, like tzaddik. That's the name, Orchot Sadikim, the ways of tzaddikim. You want to be tzaddik, you want to be tzaddiket. This is your shiur to listen to. Orchot Sadikim, how to perfect it. But not just to listen. Mike, you hear? Not just to listen, Mike. It's to internalize and to grow with it. Now, I read to you. Ba'ale gava hem metu'avim b'nei Hashem shneimar tovat Adonai kol geva lev. He writes over here, a guy who's a Baal Ga'afa. His nose is up high. Bishuf halo. He feels like he is untouchable. He feels he has power, he has money, he has fame, popularity, and he feels better than everybody else. This guy, you should know, he's an abomination to God. This pasuk in Mishlei, Shlomo HaMelech quotes, Tovat Adonai kol geva lev, a guy who has ga'ava. That's why you have to eradicate it. One of the Rambam's writes, one of the midot that you must eradicate completely to the nth degree is feeling, oh, look at me, shuf me, I'm the best, I'm better than everybody else. The worst. He should just know Hashem is not with this guy. He says, doesn't say Hashem is not with him. He says, and is it Hashem anymore? Hashem is not helping him because this guy, Hashem is with him. I take that back. Hashem is with everybody. But he says, and is it Hashem anymore? You need Hashem's help. Hashem's like, okay, fine, I'm with you, but I don't want to help you because I don't want you to have more garva. I don't want you to have more arrogance. One of the reasons why the wealthy, rich, extremely rich, lose their money. They lose their assets. Look it up. Look it up yourselves. It's in the end of the second perek in Mesechet Sukkah. Jack, if you don't mind, Mechila, because it catches everything, the mic. He says, the end of the second perek in Mesechet Sukkah. Go look it up. One of the main reasons why the wealthy people lose money, the rich lose their assets, is because Ga'ava. Arrogance. You see how bad it is, you understand? It's crazy. You have to be humble, you have to be anav, you have to be, I told you the story, I tell it to you again and again. This happened, I know firsthand the story. A guy came to shul, he came for arayat, he came to say Tehillim, he came this, he came that, and there was another fellow that walked in an hour later, and this guy was sitting next to me. Tells me, He tells me, this guy walked in. I was like, what's wrong with this guy? He's like, Rabbi, he's telling me he doesn't have money. The guy doesn't have money. I know the guy doesn't have money. Zero. The other guy he has money. So he was walking with him up to Ocean Parkway where everybody's walking, And he told the rich man, told the poor man, he says, now you got to stop. I don't want people to see, devaluize my, I'm shocked. You understand the story, Joe? Crazy. He told me, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe the story. You have to eradicate that. Now, he goes, he writes such a hidush. Orchot Sadikim says, even if you're a human being, that you don't show your ga'ava to others, but you feel ge'eh, it's still an abomination. Again, he's telling you right here, with his belibo, in his heart, levad, humitkaeh, nikra to'eva, shene'emar, to'avat Adonai kol geva lev. The pasuk says he's an abomination, even if he has it in his heart, in his mind. He feels it in his brain. He feels that he is, I'm Yishuv Halo. Look at the power I have. I speak to so many people. I'm just give you an example. I speak to so many. The guy feels, look at me. I walk in and everybody's, I have so much money. I am beautiful. I am awesome. I am gorgeous. I am. Even if you don't project it, but in your mind, you cannot feel you better than everybody else. Of course, you yourself, you feel good that I'm serving Hashem. You feel good. You can feel good. But you cannot, in your mind, say, I'm better than everybody else because I'm doing A, B, and C. You understand? The Ramban has a letter called Igeret HaRamban. And he writes to his son, no matter what position you're in life, always be humble. If you're rich, think that you have a responsibility, and the poor man doesn't have a responsibility. You have a responsibility, since you're rich, to go and help the poor. Right? And think about it. I'll give you an example to this. Let's say you have a guy. He's a banker. And every day, people are giving him wads of money. Wow, so every day he has a lot of money. Think about it. Imagine you're a banker, you're sitting behind the bank, you're getting, people are depositing their money, right? Deposit. The guy clocks in, he does his calculator. Oh my goodness. Today, just in one day, I deposited $1 million just in one day. He feels so good, comes home. Honey, what are you feeling, gava? It's not your money. You're taking the money, you're putting it in somebody's account. Same thing Hashem. He gives the rich. It's not, the rich man doesn't need billions of dollars, $100 million. He's just a banker. God gave it to him, and God is saying, you're my banker. Now, since you're my banker, distribute it correctly. He has a responsibility more than the poor man. The poor man, what is he doing? He's eating, he's doing his thing, that's it. The rich man, he has millions of dollars or whatever it is, X amount of dollars over what he needs to live, over what he needs to have. Now he has responsibility. Where am I going to distribute my money? This is our thinking. Poor institutions, organizations, this, that. He has a job. He's responsible. Now I know there are wealthy men out there that they are very careful and they know that they have a responsibility. I met an extremely wealthy guy and I told him, wow, Sadiq and this, that. And he told me straight out. He said, I have a responsibility. This is what he told me. Very wealthy man. He said, I'm telling him, Sadiq, this, that. He says, Rabbi, it's my responsibility to take care of the people. Hashem's responsible. Hashem gave him the job. So he takes it as a job. He picks up everybody's phone call. He tells me, my phone is on, even though I'm running my business. Any phone call. Picks it up. Almana, widow, she doesn't have money. Another guy, he didn't have money for medication. Another person, organization needs money for the kolel. Another shul needs money for this. Every phone call, no problem, writes it down. I know another wealthy guy. He's in shul. He has an hour every day from 9 to 10. He sits in shul every day. He learns from 8. He prays 7 to 8. 8 to 9 he learns. 9 to 10 he sits in shul and he has a line every single day. He has his checkbook and every single person that walks in, he writes him out a check. What are you collecting for? What are you collecting for? After the tape, I'll tell you who it is. And I'll tell you where he sits. I don't know if he wants me to, but the boys will say, over here. But this is a true story. Every morning, he learns an hour and a half, 2 hours, depends on the morning. After that, he has hours. He takes it like a responsibility. He sits, takes his checkbook, he writes it out himself. He hears everybody's problems. He writes check. check, sign. You go there, you see a line, 12 people waiting, 20 people waiting. I was at that shul, and I was like getting a coffee or something. I forgot what I was there for. And I see the security guard, and I say, I see the line. I say, oh, which rabbi is there that they're giving bracha? He's giving bracha. I thought they were waiting for the bracha. The security guard tells me, no. It's so-and-so. He writes out checks every single morning, and every single morning, he tells me, security guard tells me there's a line like this every single morning. Sometimes more, sometimes less. Because when you're rich, you have a responsibility. It's a responsibility. You understand? Hashem blessed him. It's also bracha. Hashem gave him the bracha. You understand? This is a very important point. But the focus that we're learning over here, you cannot feel ge'eh. You can't feel I'm better than all these guys. Look at me, I'm sitting here, I'm the guy, I'm the big boss over here. I'm in charge. No. Humble. Next. Amru Botenu. Our rabbis teach us. Should we go to the next inyan? Daddy, what do you think? Boys, next inyan? Yeah. Well, we'll stop there and we'll do another video. Which one? Okay, we'll stop here. We'll do another video. But remember this great lesson. You can't even have ga'ava even in your mind. You have to feel humble.
The lesson is we got to get Joey a line.